Good afternoon, everyone. Greg Fisk here with JPAR Maryland Living. Just wanted to check in with you and provide you with a market update, a real estate snapshot, if you would, for November 18th. It's 2022. And just wanted to go over some stats and information. Maybe you've been hearing some things in the news, a little doom and gloom, but things are not nearly as bad as they may seem. So we're going to give you some information. You guys can make the decision. Again, all real estate purchases are personal, right? It might not be the right time for some people to purchase. It's going to be the right time. Still a seller's market, really, when it comes to inventory side of things. So we'll talk about that as well. Real quick, you can see the home sales across the Mid-Atlantic down 30% in October. We're really year over 2 years low for home sales, and where we're at now. We'll take a quick peek at the Baltimore metro area. Anne Arundel County is in that Baltimore metropolitan area as far as Bright MLS is concerned. So we're looking at October 2022 versus October 2021. Closed sales, you can see a little over 2,600. So that's down about a third from where we were year over year. Median sales price, $345 for the overall Baltimore metro market. Median days on market is at 12. So that is ticking up. I think what we're seeing there is a reduction in buyer demand because the inventory levels are continuing to be very, very low. And we'll see that as well, especially hyper-local Anne Arundel County market. When we look at that. New pending sales, again, down 35%. So we're definitely seeing some, we always see a seasonal slowdown this time of year. And we're seeing that a little bit exacerbated with the right turn that rates took and then all the negative news media coverage. So let's take a quick look at our smart charts. And we can see for Anne Arundel County, I have that pulled up. Months of supply, we're looking at 1 month. The 5-year average is 1.8. And in our last market update, basically said we're looking at some new normals when it comes to inventory levels. So traditionally, it was 5 to 6 months, probably a balanced market, 5 to 7. We haven't seen that for a long time. So we're probably looking at a new normal. I would say if we could get back to 3 months inventory, 3 to 4 months inventory, that might be our new normal in a balanced market. We're well below that still, all things considered. Take a little bit deeper dive into some of the numbers. Median sold sales price for Anne Arundel County, still up year over year, 4%, $432,500. Pricing ratios, still very solid seller's market where we're seeing 100% of sold price to original list price. Again, that's a reflection of those low inventory levels, even with the reduction in the buyer pool. Still seeing it as a seller's market when it comes to sold price to original list price. Days on market, I'm sure we'll see an uptick here. 11 days year over year, that's a 10% increase, not much year over year. However, you can see in the last few months, April, May of this year, we were at a low of 5 days. So you put a property in the market, you're getting multiple offers. Now we've seen a steady incline here, 2-day jump from September to October. But year over year, we're up 10%. We'll probably see a continued that trend continue through the holidays, I would imagine. Just want to pop over and talk a little bit about the rates because it seems to be what all the news is a buzz about. When we did see a reduction in rates this past, we saw one yesterday, and this week actually saw a pretty sharp little drop in rates. Again, there's a lag phase for what the news media is reporting where we're at. We saw them in the reach as high as, the sevens, mid sevens, all the way up to close to 8%. We can see right now we're kind of mid sixes on that 30-year conventional. And I don't have a crystal ball. None of us have a crystal ball, but I believe as we move forward through Q1 of next year, I think we're going to see the rates drop into the fives, mid fives. So, and again, historically, that's probably a really good, comfortable place for the rates to be in a normalization and a normalizing market. So I think we can look for those mid fives. And again, if you're on that fence, if you're buying, think about buying right now, talk to your realtor professional, talk to the real estate agent that you're working with, and also the lenders that we have on board, some of our preferred lenders. There's options out there for permanent rate buy downs or temporary 2-1 rate buy down, where you can get that rate reduced through seller subsidy, because the sellers are, with this shifting market, they're offering seller subsidy. We're seeing home repairs come back into the market, buyer credits. We can see 2-rate buy down, seller contribution towards that. So you can buy that rate down for a year or 2 years while you're waiting for the markets to come back in line and the rate to come down across the board nationally too. So I think keep that in mind. You can, we say date the rate, marry the house. So those are options. And again, reach out to your realtor professional and have that conversation with them. So again, jumping back over into, we talked a little bit about Baltimore metro markets. We know Anne Arundel County is at 1 month. That supply is even up year over year, but you can see where the trend line is from December, January of the beginning of the year and where we're at now. Couple things, price market activity. If we look at new pendings, this is one, like I said, we're seeing a pullback in the buyer pool and buyer demand pull back a little bit, again, because of some lack of consumer confidence. We saw the CPI numbers adjust better. The markets bounce back a little bit the past week. So we will see, hopefully, and now that the midterm elections are over, a little bit of stabilization on consumer confidence in the markets, and we'll see some of these pending transactions tick back up. If you go back where we're at right now, year over year, we're way off of our numbers, but hard to measure based on where we came out of those COVID markets, and the market was just irrational. It was kind of on steroids, so hard to place it year over year in the past 2 years, quite frankly. But we'll look at new pendings, and again, you can see there's been some seasonality to the market, and then obviously the gets a little bit askew here for where were we at with pandemic. But in Maryland, we have ebbs and flows to the market based on seasons, and the fall markets, the second selling season for us, the spring market being the best season as far as activity goes. And then we always sort of see a lull in those January, February months. But we'll see. New pendings right now, 575. My guess is, again, going into the winter months, we'll see that trend line continue. And then coming out of Q1 next year, especially with rates normalizing a little bit, I think we're going to see a good spring market. Again, no crystal ball here, but all those things to consider. There's options. We're in the where our profession is to be problem solvers for you as the consumer. So again, reach out to your realtor professional, talk to your lender. There are options out there. Again, we're seeing those seller subsidies come back to the market, and negotiations are at a much healthier pace right now, all things considered. So if you have any questions, reach out to us, 410-260-0202. Everybody take care. Have a great weekend. And we know we have the short week coming up next week, and it's Thanksgiving, one of my favorite times of year. So I'm thankful for all of you, and I hope that you're able to spend some time with family and friends and enjoy the holiday. So take care.